Welcome back to Land a House. I'm Seth, out here in my shop gathering up PVC components to make a couple of pressure tanks for the hydraulic ram pumps that I sell. My projects are starting to pile up out here in the shop. I've got these two oak boards for a bench that's going to go in front of our at our front door. Need to get that piece of OSB up here. Anyway, lots of stuff going on. I'm kind of considering a little rebrand. Like, you can always find my Land a House logo on all of my stuff. But for years now, I've had this design right here. Let's see if you can see that. The Land a House with the sunflowers and the blue sky and all that. And I've enjoyed it. I made that in 2013. But I kind of want to have a more rustic look to my work. So I'm testing out the idea of having tree bark with the poplar leaf. And here's a picture of that. So I think that it will be a better fit for my channel. Let me know what you think. I'm using it on YouTube and the website, and probably will brand on Amazon with that as well. It's been about 20 hours since the clip you just watched. Still in the same green shirt. I had to pick up an extra day, third shift, and I've got one more I'm picking up this week. So I'm tired. Just work stuff. So, ram pump season, full swing. I've got to make 5 pressure tanks this evening. Ashley and Arrow and Emma are already in bed. Also, real quick, I wanted to crank up the old wood burning tool and put my name and date here on the coat rack. I've made a number of projects over the years that I thought were kind of decent, and I never have put my mark on them, and I think that I'm going to do that with a few of my projects. And I may put my mark on the workbench here because that was kind of a fun one. And I don't know, just thinking, you know, maybe, I don't know, 40 years from now, somebody might be like, oh, he made that. So, might be cool. So this particular wood burning tool was given to me, I'm going to say probably 1997, maybe 1998. And it never was very good. And here's my attempt at making an S. So that's really poor, but anyway, doesn't do a very good job and never really did. Anyway, just thought I'd put a little SJ here because who knows, 40, 50 years from now somebody might be like, oh, that's a Seth Johnson piece, that's worth $5. Okay, good enough. I'll have to practice that because not too good. Also, I put it on upside down, but oh well, good enough. So, like I said, I'm very tired, but I'm going to try and get these pumps done here. I've only got one box left for the small ones, so I'll have to just improvise. But okay, tomorrow hopefully I'll be rested and we can tackle a few projects. 7.5 hours of sleep later, I'm feeling so much better. Over here on the side of the house, I need to get this pipe for more ram pump pressure tanks. And we're actually about to head off to our play group, but I'm going to pull the ladder, the 12-foot ladder, down here to the playhouse. And that's going to be where I do a ram pump test today. The plan is to show the effects of turning the delivery pipe off at the top of the ram pump system, showing that it works, but it does build significant pressure at the top. So anyway, that's the plan. And then after we go back from playgroup, probably gonna go off and do some weed eating because like just around here and around the garden and stuff. Probably should work on this, and also I noticed this back hill is becoming a bit crazy. So my thought was I can set up the big ladder here and use that as my height to lift water to, and I could probably attach a board to it to increase the height even more. So I'm gonna haul this down to that playhouse area. Before I haul the ladder down there, I wanted to give you an update on the solar panels. By 9:30, which is right now, the trees are just getting off of the panels. So by 10 o'clock, full sun until close to 4 or 4:30 in the afternoon. So definitely receives plenty of sun. The next step here is to get the wiring harness to connect all 4 panels together into one wire. I need to buy the wire, charge controller, and a bunch of other little bits like a surge protector for lightning protection, and just anyway, it's basically money is what's holding me up now, but the panels are looking nice and they get full sun all day. So I mentioned before that I've been watching the Dave Ramsey money stuff, and happy to say I think by the end of August I'll be free of credit card debt finally, and I'm gonna start paying off the 4-wheeler, and once that's done we'll be in a much better place for picking back up some more projects. The birth of a child is very expensive, and I have a feeling that raising 2 kids is gonna also be really expensive, but making it happen, and you're gonna just take it easy for a little while because I kind of let my project spending get out of hand. Just getting the first run through of this ram pump setup, and just found out that my Y connector, I'm not sure if you can see it very well, see the water flying down there? It has got a crack in it, so that one is trash, but I do have another one, so I will go pull that and start this test over again. Okay, got the setup pretty much how I want it. So I've got the 3 feet of head pressure plus the hydrostatic pressure in the bucket coming down about a 15-foot tube or pipe that goes up to 12-foot ladder. Now I just found out that the 12 foot of lift is not enough back pressure to keep the pump going, so I may have to add a some kind of extension up there, whether that's PVC or a board or whatever, I don't know. Thinking about just clamping it to the side of the ladder. I could, I guess, put the ladder on top of the playhouse base, and that'll add another 5 feet. I may do that. Probably have to extend out with the extra tube over there, but anyway, gonna get that done. I'm doing all my testing first before I make the video, so that the video is of a higher quality. Just things like having a split Y valve in the hose adapter. It's not good content, so I'm gonna do that. On a side note, I have been out here for about 25 minutes and I've killed 4 carpenter bees. See this stick hanging out of the playhouse here? I finally just plugged the hole because every time I would take care of one of them, another one would fly in there. They must put out some kind of scent that it just attracts them. But anyway, I'll have to paint this place and keep it from keep those carpenter bees from coming in here. Just got back from our play group. Emma had a good time with all the blocks. If you're watching this video, I've survived. And what I've survived is this contraption. I've got a 12-foot ladder on top of a 5-foot playhouse here to test out the ram pump. So I tried to use just the 12-foot ladder, and it wasn't enough head pressure lift. So hopefully with this 17 feet, we will be okay. Ashley was asking that I make steps instead of a ladder for the playhouse, and this ladder is 8 foot. So I think if I just use an 8-foot board at a really steep angle and cut the steps in, maybe use 3 nails per rung, that will be sufficient to get up there. Because that's not far from a 45-degree angle there. I think it's doable. Put a rail on that, and kids will be able just to step right up and just climb. So should be pretty good. Probably a, what do you think? 2x6 enough? Probably. Anyway, playhouse is coming along. We sat in the hammock last week, which was stretched across here, and really worked out well. But I need to rip down the board that goes here and on this far edge. And then the next thing, I've been using SketchUp to make the plans for this, and I'm really pleased with that method because you know what you're up against before you start. So I just need to have the finances to get the lumber for that. And I think I'm going to paint it the same color as the house and the workshop with black metal roof. Should look pretty nice. Well, today I met up with my mom and sister, niece and nephew, and took Emma on a kayaking trip. Didn't take the camera along though. Thought I would just spend time with the family. And Ashley and Arrow spent some time here at the house today. But here are a couple pictures you can see of our fun. So, I know this vlog was a whole lot less entertaining than last week. Just didn't accomplish as much. But I'm going back into work tonight for a little bit, and I worked 2 nights ago. And coming up in June, I'm working an extra 80 hours of 3rd shift, so I'm going to be quite tired. That's kind of one of the reasons I am pre-filming several ram pump videos, so that I don't have to worry about that during that whole time. But ram pumps are doing well. Excuse the terribly messy shop here. I've got to ship out these 3 that I'm preparing here. Anyway, thank you so much for coming along for this quick but hopefully entertaining video. I've been watering the grass every night for about 4 or 5 days, and still no growth. But it's supposed to rain a little bit tonight. Maybe we'll get something on this hill. Because if I wait too long, it's going to start getting too long and too tall, I guess. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.